yeah.
I mean, but that's caramel, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
that's just the whole process of heating sugar and turning it into something else, you know?
Right.
And even honey, you know, it's natural, yes, but at certain times it's not good for you, right? Milk and honey at certain times, and maybe milk and honey meant something different in certain cases. We don't know the literal interpretation, but
Mm.
it was definitely something else. So I'd stay away from milk, I'd stay away from honey, and I would just stay on a normal fast. So everybody's this is I think it's our first meetup after the holidays.
Yeah.
I don't have holidays. I'm not like a holiday partaker. My routine was to just live my normal life as it should be. And on the 1st of January, I did a fast until the 3rd of January. So I had no food from the 1st of January till the 3rd of January. And that's just how I choose and how I like to do it. And yeah, it's a tough one, you know, as far
It's
as like,
healthy. It's
well, it
healthy.
is. I
You
wanted to
bet.
go longer, but I wasn't strong enough.
Yeah.
I gave in too early. I'm like, yeah, I can
Yeah.
eat now.
It
You know,
happens. It
it's
happens.
tough.
I know. Well,
It's
remember, I
really
think we
hard.
talked about this last week, Adam. It's healthy to do a 3-day fast every month, fast once a week, and well, okay, fast 1 day a week, fast 3 days every month, and then do a 7-day fast once a year. Some people can't handle that. It's not like it's not
And
like a
definitely
get
when you first start out, it's
right.
really
It
challenging.
might be a good idea to do a full 24-day fast once a month and
Yep.
one 3-day fast once a year. That's
Yeah.
probably, and then start to practice what's that called? Intermittent fasting.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I always like to take, you know, I'm not a pure fast. I'm not a pure fastist, fascist. Um, Yeah, James wants to know how David's doing. Yeah, he's working on it. You know,
Yep.
he's definitely can use our prayers and our
Yep.
strength. And it's really hard. So when you have things that are giving you pain, and
Mm,
you know, it's hard to like imagine in perfect health when I'm trying to fast. It's really hard when
yeah.
I'm trying to regenerate my body. It's
Yeah.
challenge.
Just so everybody knows, he was messaging me the day before New Year's, Christmas, so he's still active, but he is in a lot of pain. On New Year's Eve, when we had our last Tuesday, he didn't really have a voice, and it was difficult for him to talk, so he didn't come on. And yesterday, he was just feeling a little pain in his back, so I'm not sure how he is today. I haven't heard from him today, but he is letting Adam and I, and he's letting us know, he's keeping us up to date just so that you guys are aware. He's he's still he's still fighting it, and obviously we're praying for him. Energy, vibes, however you want to look at it. Just keep him in your prayers, and that'll be good. He'll appreciate that if he's not watching right now. So
Yeah. So Kate Green has a very good point. The four horsemen of the apocalypse: war, famine, pestilence, death. Generally, Americans are overfed. That is correct. It's not real food, yet undernourished, starving, nutrient depleted, and a different kind of famine. Yeah, that's 100% correct. What I recommend for that, and what you can see in my book for it's it's a tough one. So I really like moringa for nutrients. Chlorella also really good, great. But if your body isn't like absorbing nutrients because we have a lot of glyphosate or other things, humic and fulvic acid. So humic acid is a really good thing. So basically, it's peat moss in most cases. So it's peat from a very old bog that it's dirt and you're putting in dirt and the minerals for there, and they really help the delivery of minerals and nutrients to your body. Some say up to 80%. So there are some studies that you can receive 80% more nutrients by adding fulvic and humic. Now that's not folic, that's fulvic. Okay, so don't get that confused with folic acid. Folic acid is what they put into the bread, which makes everybody sick. So you want fulvic and humic acid. It is a great way to do that. And when you're detoxing, remember when you're killing those parasites, it's very important to get them out of your body, because if you leave the dead organisms inside, they can also make you more ill. So having some type of bentonite clay, or let's say activated charcoal, carbon, is a good way to flush those from your system, and adding in like let's say sauna or something else to detox you a little bit. So that's the update there. Yes, it's a great way to reach David. Everybody's emails that are pouring in, we're sending those over to David, and he's getting all those. So we're really good. Yeah, I'm not sure who Wellness Mama is, but there's humic and fulvic acid. There's a lot of it, but again, you want to get a good source. I have some good sources for it as well. You want to make sure that even with the shilajit, because shilajit is another, let's say, a popular and something that people push, but there's like bad brands of it, but that also does help with getting more nutrients to your body, because the what they've done with the way that they grow our crops and with the Roundup Ready, they've really depleted the ground of nutrients. We have to absorb those minerals, which is metals, from the earth into the plants and eat those to get them, or into the cows and the chickens to get those. And many times, if you're not eating grass fed, if and it's hard to do, right, guys? It's like, it's a real challenge to stay on it. It's more expensive, but if you eat less, um, and eat more natural, grass fed, higher quality, on a pharmaceutical level, it's much cheaper than doing anything else. So a lot of people trust Wellness Mama, which is good. I don't know anything about it, so I'm not endorsing Wellness Mama, but Curtis and Melissa do. So if you find those good, just do your research on any supplements you take to make sure that they're actually, you can find the source and people will talk to you about them. It's important. Curtis and Melissa have high quality pharmaceutical grade nutritional supplements as opposed to food grade supplements. Can dissolve and absorb in the cell without having to eat frankenfood or supplements containing toxins. Yeah, it's tough on the supplement side as well, and just be very wary of. I've been hearing a lot of horror stories of friends that I know that are in the supplement business, and there are, let's say, copies of their supplements that they're the only distributor of. So if you see more than the source, and if you're trying to get it cheaper and it's not coming directly from that distributor, just know that, man, it can be really bad. As far as a snail mail address where you can send David and Bonnie a real card, I don't have an address. I haven't been given that, but if you want to, we can probably get you guys one. So just send an email and then we'll forward it on. If they're up for it, maybe they'll send you their address. I just don't like to give people's addresses out, or things like that without their